thought it'd be fun to look at some broken pottery or potsherds that I picked up in Israel. This comes from Caesarea. You can see the design on that one. It's kind of got a curve. You can see it's part of the jar right there. This one comes from Beth Shemesh. I wrote the name of the city, or the remains of the archaeological site there when I picked them up. Beth Shemesh is where the Ark of the Covenant came to after it was with the Philistines, after the tabernacle got burned down. There's a little bit of color on this one. Here's one that comes from Gezer, the city that Pharaoh gave Solomon as a wedding dowry. And again, Gezer, it's where Solomon built a 6-chamber gate. Here's a piece of pottery. It looks like this comes from a wall decoration. It's from Avdat, a Nabatean city settled in 150 BC, became a major trading center between 150 and 300 AD. Here's one from Ashkelon, an actual Philistine city. This is now a jar handle. We begin looking at jar handles. Here's an ancient jar from Israel. You can see the handle right there, but if it was broken off, it would have some kind of the remains of a jar handle. And again, you can kind of see the shape of that. Here's another one, a jar handle. This one comes from Hatzor, the Canaanite city up north of the Sea of Galilee. And you can see that's the inside of the jar that it would have held. It says Hatzor right there on it. And that would have came down like this. Here's a jar handle from Gezer, again, just same Philistine, or the city given to Solomon as a wedding dowry. A little bit of a design on that. You get some decoration. See, it comes from Gezer, as I wrote. This is some Sepphoris. Sepphoris was a city north of Nazareth, what was being rebuilt by the Romans, and this comes from a jar. Jesus would have worked, most likely, did carpentry work or stonework, mason work in Sepphoris as he was growing up and in his young manhood, Sepphoris. This is Bethsaida, a city up north. You can see part of the rim. See the rim of the jar right here and the handle coming down. This would have been on the inside. Now, there's a scientific study of all these things that you can date them, follow the pattern of the jar. You can figure out how large they are and the time periods. One more thing to look at here is this is the base of some kind of a jar. You can see a little bit of design on there, a little bit of a decoration. There's the base of it. This comes from Beth Shean, again, up in northern, up by Galilee. And you can see the shape of the jar probably would have come up a little bit big like this, some kind of a vase, a little bit at the inside. Anyway, these are just some potsherds, some jar handles that I picked up in Israel that are kind of fun to look at, especially if you've got some kind of design on the potsherd or coloration. That's kind of neat. Again, hey, thanks for listening.